Hello, guys. Welcome back to Between Timezones Podcast. Thank you for joining us again. And I just want to thank you for watching the last episode. Thank you for your engagement, your comments. We're back again with another interesting topic that we want to share. Today, I am joined by two amazing guests. You probably know Brian on my left. He's joined us for the last two episodes. Welcome back, Brian. Thank you for joining. And we have a new guest, Betsy Kosi, on my right. Welcome, Kosi.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, welcome. So today we are going to just continue with the conversation. Today we are going to talk about, was it worth it moving to America? It's a question that many people ask before they move, and honestly, it's one we've asked ourselves a lot of times. Was it worth it? Was the opportunities worth it? The challenges, the sacrifices we've made, was that worth it? So we're going to talk about it, from careers to everything, finances. So join us as we go over that. So let's get into it, guys. So the first question I have for you is, if taken back to that time, would you board that plane? And, if you want to tell us a little bit about your immigration story, Betsy, because we've had about how Brian came to America. So just give us like a little bit of your immigration story, if you don't mind.
Oh, wow. So actually, US was my second choice. I initially thought I was going to Australia for my postgraduate studies. I applied for visas. I got rejected, and US gave me the opportunity. So I came here as F1 student back in 2019. And then when I got here, COVID started, and it was quite a tough time because I started with face-to-face classes, and then in my second semester, we changed to online classes. So I had to battle with technology and everything. So, but I eventually finished my master's program that brought me here.
Yeah.
And after that, I went into other things, but right now I can say I'm a legal resident. Something.
Yeah.
So that's where my immigration status is at right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good to hear from that. So if taken back to, I don't know, sorry, I didn't hear, which year is it that you came, would you board that plane to come to America?
Knowing things that I know right now, yes, I would still pick to come to the US.
Okay.
I know it has both sides, both the negatives and the positives, but I feel like US has given me opportunities that I would not have had if I stayed back in Kenya.
Okay.
If I stayed back in Kenya, maybe I would make decisions. I would be having a very large family right now, living in Chepkorio, 6 kids, 1 year space in between. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Brian, just to start us off, would you get on that plane to come to America?
I would do it without thinking twice, because of I think many of us are economic immigrants. So you move because you're looking for better. So
yes.
I would definitely do it for economic purposes.
Yeah.
Because when you look at where we came from, like in the US, I think currently the unemployment rate is probably at maybe 4%.
Yeah.
Somewhere there.
Yes.
But when you look at Kenya, on paper, it's 5%.
Yes.
But no one would think it's 5%. There's no way the difference would be 1% of the US.
Yes.
Right now in Kenya, I think if the three of us were in Kenya, there's a high chance that only one of us would be employed.
That's true.
Which is crazy for someone who's of employment age. You're losing your mind every year after you're 18 without having a job. After 25, 26, there's so many people in their late 20s with nothing to do. So over here, it might not be paying much, but there's a guarantee that you'd find something to do within a few weeks. So for that one reason,
yes,
I would definitely board that plane if given the chance, or if time was to go back or whatever.
Yeah. I am of the same opinion. I would definitely board that plane given the chance again. America has given me an opportunities to better myself professionally, family wise. I feel like it's a better setting than Kenya, I would say. I was a graduate in Kenya, and I was out in the streets looking for work. And, fortunately, it didn't take me long to come to America. But between, I think, 1 year, I was actually out in the streets looking for work. I even worked like marketing jobs and things like that. The thing with America is you are guaranteed of something, though you have to work hard. You really have to put in the work, but at the end of it, you are guaranteed of a job. So if I want to be a nurse today, I know I have to go to nursing school for 2 years or whatever amount of years. And it's hard work. It's really, really hard work. I have to work. I have to go to school. I have to take care of my family. I have to do all those nursing exams, pass. But at the end of it, I know I will become a nurse, and I know I will earn that money. So that opportunity, that setting here in the US, definitely I will get on that plane.
Yep.
So,
and I think for you, you're talking about 20 plus years ago graduating.
Yes.
And it was tough.
It was tough 20 years ago.
For me, that was maybe 12, I would say. It's 2006. So I would say, maybe like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yes.
And it was terrible because like the university I was in that year, they had 2 graduations, July and December.
Yeah.
I was in KU and it was 10,000, I think.
Yeah.
Per, now there's some schools I've seen that they have their graduations in a stadium.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's like, we're talking about 100,000+ graduates per year, and 90+% of them have nowhere to go. There's nothing. Like the system has literally failed all of these people. And, so for that reason, I mean, it's not something you can think twice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I mean, unfortunately nowadays, the self-employment or content creation maybe has given other people opportunities. You can find someone down in the village creating content and making some money on YouTube or whatever it is. So, I mean, that part of it has been better, in that sense. But, but the part where, graduates are graduating and seeking professional jobs and they're not getting that. So, that's unfortunate. But again, we're grateful, and everyone here agrees that they would get on that plane.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So on to the next question. What is it that you have gained from moving to America? Kosi, let's start with you. What do you think you have gained?
I have gained a career. I've gained a career that would not have been possible in Kenya. So I started doing other jobs, and eventually I started nursing school, and I'm a nurse currently. In Kenya, I would not imagine going to school as a 31-year-old. I went to school for nursing that old, and I didn't feel any difference. I was in class with 40-year-old guy and ladies with families. So that will be really a big challenge in Kenya, because people study over there when they're young, unless you're doing like advanced program, PhDs or masters. But for a bachelor's degree, it's just maybe people who are in their 20s, or from 18 all the way to 25. So I've gained a career. I've gained I've gained stability. I'm really grateful also for the US, because I can drive a car. In Kenya, I don't know how much time would have taken me to own a car. It doesn't matter if I'm driving a car which is on credit now or something, but still that would be a dream in Kenya for me. It should have taken me a long time. So I'm glad for that opportunity. Like I can get things easier as compared to Kenya. And also, I feel like I have created a great platform for my daughter. She's 5 years old. I feel like she has a great future ahead of her. US provides opportunities for kids that they can not just academically, but also they can do things in co-curricular activities.
Yeah.
They can join sports that will pay. They can do acting. They can do singing, dancing, ballerina, karate, all those, and it's lots of opportunities, honestly. Yeah. And they can start from an early age. Like right now she's 5, she's playing soccer. I don't think that would have been possible in Kenya. I'm grateful for that.
Okay, great. Yeah, those are really, I do agree with a lot of what you've said. Brian, do you?
Yeah.
What have you gained in this?
Yes, definitely a lot. As she said, the career part. So I would, in a different way, even for those who have not really, looked for something professionally, there's something for them. And in whatever you're doing, you're going to be an expert in whatever you're doing.
Yes.
And there's always going to be something for you to do. So number one thing is you're not worried about a job.
Yes.
You can change careers anytime. People have changed careers in their 50s, some in their 30s. It's never too late. As you say, there's people in nursing school and they're in their 50s.
Yeah.
So that means that person did something else for 30 years maybe, and then they switch to this new thing, and they can do it until they retire.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one thing. Like, you're not worried about what to eat. Next, you're worried probably about retirement.
Yeah.
You're not even worried about what your kids will do because there's so many options and they can decide for themselves. Back there, I think your parents would more likely want to decide something for you because they've been through it, they've seen it. So that's number one thing. Like, you're not worried about, you're worried about a few things, right? And the other thing is, as she said, you can at least you can have a chance to drive. These people who've lived in Kenya never, they can't even think about it because it's a luxury to many people because of how expensive it is. But right here, it's we said in our previous episodes, you can find a car for cheap.
Yes.
Right. The same car would be 3-4 times the price there. So that's one thing. Just the fact that you can be able to drive. It's something that
and the convenience that comes with it.
Yeah. And another thing is that it's funny to me, but I always tell my family is, you're living in a house that has stairs. To me, that was like a big thing to me.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Like, you have another level in that house. That's crazy when you think of it. And you can get it in your 20s, which is insane. In your 30s, there's not so many 30-year-old people who, in Kenya, it's not something you think of.
That's true.
Right? So that's another thing. So you're not worried about so much of these things, as long as you work hard and you push, and all of these things are within reach.
Yes.
There's nothing you can't be able to do.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have more time. And I think someone my age in Kenya would be working so much and they'd have less time with their kids. You have help down there, so that means spending time with your kids because of the help you have back there. You end up working more, so that means you have less time with your kids, and with how the schools are, like I think I see things like the school buses picking up kids very early in the morning, so that means they're waking up before their parents.
Yes.
And then the same buses drive them around the entire evening. They get home late. And you as a parent, because of how hard you're working, because I think maybe one job is not enough, you end up doing other things later. That ends up taking more of your time. So you rarely see these kids. Over here, I think you can end up in the same cycle, but it's just because you want more. It's not because whatever you have is not enough.
Yeah.
So you can make that choice and be there for the kids and be present. And kids are just young for a few years.
Yeah.
So they're teenagers and they're not in your hands anymore. So that's one thing that I would say I've gained, because I'm very intentional, very active on them. Like, I literally know everything they're doing at whatever time they're doing. And it's wonderful. It's nothing you can wish for, because one thing is, I don't want to regret anything. I just want to look back and say I would have maybe done a little bit more, but at least I did it. Nothing's you're maybe never going to do anything perfectly. And I do agree that
this country gives you more time with your kids. It gives you more time with your family because your nuclear family unit has no choice but to be together. Because here it's all you. You're the ones taking care of your kids directly. You're the ones, you know, it's just you and your spouse if you have a spouse, just dealing with everyday life. And all your extended family, most of them are far from you, so you have no choice. It brings you closer, and I hope it's the same for a lot of couples too. So that's for me what I have gained. I would say would be a profession, a career. I have gained you know, good family bond with my kids and my spouse. And I feel like if we were in Kenya, we'd be, there's a lot more people involved. There's a lot of help, and you're not able to have that connection. And I'm just grateful for everything, all the opportunities America has given to me. I feel like I have gained a life. I've gained purpose, and I have gained, my relationship even with my family has developed. For those who are with me in this country, it's even better because all we have is each other. So I would say that's what I've gained. So we're gonna go to the next question.
I think before,
Yeah.
just adding on that thing with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you have a guest in the future who, I think, a couple who've been married, like they were married maybe for 10 years before they moved here,
Yeah.
and they've been here for maybe another 10 years. If we can get their perception of how this country made their bond tighter,
Yes. Yeah.
that would be nice for
Yeah.
whoever
Oh,
is
Yeah.
watching, because there's a guarantee that because of you're doing everything, it's just the two of you.
Yes.
As we said in the previous episode, it's so expensive to get that extra set of hands.
Yeah.
So you're doing everything. The husband comes here having never done some of the things, and they end
Oh,
up
yeah.
here, and they have no choice.
Yes.
They have to do these things.
Yeah.
So that would be
Diaper change, all that stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
you
that
have
would be nice
do
to
it.
get the perspective of such a couple.
Yep. All right. So I think we'll go over to the next question. What have you sacrificed? What have you sacrificed? So, coming to this country, there's something that you left back home that it's a sacrifice for you. So, Kosi, what did you sacrifice to come to this country?
That's a great question. And before I start on that, I will first start with a struggle. I would say that first struggle during the adjustment period, be it immigration, be it culture change, be it culture change stroke culture shock stroke you're trying to get used to everything. I
Yeah.
feel like that's a sacrifice that you have to make, and tell yourself, like, in order to experience the other side, I have to go through this period of adjustment. So I would say that's the first sacrifice that I made when I came to the US. And then now the sacrifice for living away from home,
Yeah.
I would say that daily contact with family, because not all my family members are here. So I end up missing my grandmother, my siblings, and all the other relatives abroad. I missing like family functions, weddings, coitos, and you get to see those on social media, and you're like, oh, I wish, because of the experience that comes with it. Also, I would say
Yeah.
the familiar culture, which is still the same with the functions and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but it's a slow culture back in Kenya, and over here it's kind of fast paced. But once you get used to the fast paced culture, you don't want to go back to the slow culture. But I kind of miss it sometimes. No lie.
Yeah. And I used to get a lot of FOMO, like when I first came, and my sister, my brother-in-law got married, and we missed that. My sister got married, I missed that, and that was really, you would be in 3 a.m. because that's the time it's going on. You are on YouTube watching, and you have tears in your eyes because you're like, oh, I wish I could be there. Yeah, but I mean, with time you get used to it. You're like, oh, I wish I could be there, but this is where we are. So I really get what you're saying. Brian, what have you sacrificed?
So when I first left, I didn't come here. So uh, I was going to Italy, and at that time, I can say the biggest sacrifice was my spouse at that time, my girlfriend at that time. She was expecting, and it was the worst thing. It was I can't even remember the details of that flight. I ate maybe nothing. So that was my worst. So that was my worst flying experience because I was just stressed about the entire thing. How will this person continue? And so that because and then we didn't know, there was no clarity as to when we'd be able to
See each other
yes.
again.
So now you have to deal with the long distance, which is a story for another day. That's another long.
Yeah.
That's another. Big
Yeah,
story.
we have an episode coming up with
Yes.
that.
Yeah. So that was a huge. That for me, I would say it overshadowed like my immediate family, because I mean anyone could understand that you're leaving someone who they don't know, so they're gonna deal with this stress and you're not there, and it doesn't matter what you do as long as you're not physically there. That help is never going to be 100. So that was I would say that was my biggest. And then you have no clarity as to it's different when you're traveling and you'll be back in a week, in a month, in a year. But when you don't know, because whatever you're going for, you're not even sure of. So that would be my number one thing. So events or anything, I can't say I really. And then my grandparents were growing old. So when there's this fear of when they're too old, and you're not sure when you'll be back, so you don't know if they'll be back or they'll be there when you're going back. So that's and sadly we lost one of them during this period, like immediately. So that's another thing. So I think it's just a family thing, because you're not sure as to when you'll be. So, and I think many people deal with this. There've been people who've been here for many, many years, that are unable to go back for these things. So that's I think that for me that was the hugest, and it's still a big part of what I would say I lost.
Okay. Yeah. And for me, so what I sacrificed, I won't say I sacrificed career, because I was 23 at the time, just right out of campus. So I didn't really have a career. I had just a job here. So no career. I didn't sacrifice that. But then I did sacrifice relationships, family relationships. My family was, as Kosi said, far from us. Missing my family, missing events. The relationship between my siblings changed with that. You talk every day, then the frequency reduces, and then slowly you become kind of strangers because you're not talking that much. But then again, you learn how to manage that so that you keep that. But that's I think my family, that's the biggest sacrifice for me. But I'm glad that I've gained family here. I've made friends, and also my nuclear family is also, I'm blessed to have that as well. All right. Let's see. I think would have happened if you think back. What do you think would have happened if you guys stayed in Kenya? Do you think you would make the same progress, or do you think what do you think, how do you think your life would have turned out if you stayed home?
Oh wow! As I said earlier, I would be back in the village, check career. Because first of all, the course that I did back at home wasn't as marketable. Like, it would take a lot of time before I get a job, and starting a business, you do need capital and stuff like that. So it would have taken me a lot of time, and maybe I would just give up and go to the village, get married, and have kids. So I would still say that would be my life. The thing that has changed is mindsets. I have a different mindset. The way I view things right now is not the same as how I viewed things back in Kenya. I used to be someone who is a people pleaser. It was so hard for me to say no, but having lived here and the experience that I've gone through, no is a complete answer. I'm able to say no without feeling bad about without feeling bad that I say no to something. So it has changed my mindset. And as I said earlier, I have a career, I have a family. So yeah.
Okay.
You can say no without having to explain.
Yeah.
You just say no and you move on.
Yeah. That was really hard in Kenya.
Yeah.
I would feel like, oh, so she's my friend, what would she feel?
Yeah.
She's my family, what would she feel? But right now, no, it's a complex sentence, which is because of the culture here.
Yeah.
Like even the kids, they grow up, they can, the kids here, they can tell you no, they can say their mind. It doesn't matter if you're older than them. And in Kenya, kids will feel like it's disrespectful to say no to someone, or so people just, that cycle of people pleasing just continues till when you're older. So I'm grateful for the mindset change.
Okay, Brian, do you think your life would have stayed the same, or how do you think your life would have turned out if you stayed in Kenya?
I think I would maybe have been a civil servant and just maybe just live to survive. That's to some extent that's a miserable way of living. Because I was an entrepreneur before I left, so I tried. One thing I would admit is I was lucky to be employed my entire time. So I got a job 3 days after leaving high school, and I did that job for 5 years, and then I opened a similar thing. I went into business doing the same thing. But towards the end, before I left, the business was crumbling, not because of what I did wrong, but I mean the system fails. So many entrepreneurs there. So that would mean if I continued staying there, I would have just resorted, because I was a graduate, I would have just resorted to looking for a job. I don't know how many years it would have taken me. Maybe it would have taken me 5 years, 10 years. So maybe I would still be looking for a job right now and living with your parents. Which is it's happening right now, because that's, where else are you gonna go? So I think I would be just another regular person doing nothing different, doing nothing crazy, and I don't think there's happiness in that. And, there's a chance that you might have found a good job, but it's not a guarantee. So when I think of it, I don't think I would be better off than being here right now.
And for me, I think probably I would be working probably with a non-profit. I was in the NGO world for a little bit, so maybe I would be there. I don't know, but as you said, you would hit like a ceiling, like you're making money, just enough money. You are, taking the mortgage, or but nothing crazy. We wouldn't have accomplished what we have accomplished right now. Me and my spouse, and I feel like this was a great decision on our end. So,
and with the NGO, maybe you would have even lost your job right now with what happened.
Oh my goodness!
So,
yeah.
You'd be in the streets right now.
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah. So okay, yeah, that's good. That you guys made the right choice to come here. So has your definition of success changed from like when you started off? Like, what do you think? Did you think was a success? Maybe back when you started, when you came into this country, what did you feel like? What was your goal? You're like, okay, I'm going to America and I want to make $10 an hour and rent. What was your level of success? What was your goal? What would you have called successful back then?
Back then, I would say success would have been earning a lot of money, owning apartments back in Kenya, having all those luxurious things that we think it's luxury, but the real luxury is what you get to create yourself, like having that peaceful life, with getting to spend time with your family.
Yeah.
Yes, earning money, but not overworking yourself. Like just having enough that can meet your needs is yeah. I think that's my definition of success right now. As long as I'm healthy and my family is healthy, we are peaceful, and we just have enough that can sustain us right now, and like maybe a little bit more for emergency. That's it. Yeah.
You know what? I really get what you're saying. So maybe when you first came, you were chasing after the dollar, but now you are chasing after the wholesome experience, like
Yeah.
the wholesome experience with your family, just, self-fulfillment with your career as a person, self-growth, things like that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Brian, what?
Yeah,
what-
mine did a complete 360 or 180.
Yes.
Because I think when you're in Kenya, you see what these people who are here, what they're doing, right? You see, as she said, people with apartment blocks and what have you, and big tracts of land, and everyone's story is different. You might be starting at 0, and someone else is starting at 10. If the two of you make the same income for 30 years, you would never be above this person, no matter what you do. You'd have to do extra.
Yeah.
Extra means that's another 20 hours of your week.
Yes.
That means you have to sacrifice something. If it's time home, your health, your sleep. So I would say at the beginning, especially I was when I got my first legit job, I made money that I hadn't made before. It wasn't much, but it was more than what I was making.
Yes.
I lived in a different state, and I used to make peanuts. Like it was just to survive, and it never did anything superficial. And and you're there, and my friends and whoever I was living with, they were doing these other jobs, and they did stuff. They made 4 times what you made. So the problem is you start gauging yourself, comparing yourself to these people, and everyone's story is different.
Yes.
So when I first got this job, I then got another job. So those were 2 jobs. I was doing one job from 3 a.m. to 7, and then this other job in the evening, and then I got another job during the day. So those were 3 jobs, 2 part-time jobs and 1 full-time job. So that meant for like 2 or 3 days a week, I would work from 3 a.m. to maybe, and then get home, leave the house at 2:30 and come back at 9 p.m. maybe, or 8 p.m. And then so now you have to eat, you have to talk to people, you have to sleep, and then be up again very early, maybe the next day. So I did this for 4 months, and the money was good, because it's not like nice jobs, but because it's 3 incomes, they'd always be, So I wanted to open a business with this amount, and which I was able to, but my thinking was I didn't plan that well, so I was able to open it, and it never like sailed up. It just maintained. It's like just maintain at a certain level, because you have to sacrifice everything. You have to stop what you're doing to focus on this one thing.
Yes.
So one day I was driving, and I slept a bit, and I could hear the car like on the rumbles on the side of the road. And that day I just quit these other 2 jobs, because you can that's how you lose your life. Doing this. And then at that time you're doing one job, and you're like, this is not enough. It's just paying your bills, and you have a little bit extra. So you're stressing for so many months, so many years. What are you gonna do? Do you go back to school? Do you get another job? And then when you think of it, you are never behind on rent. Your bills are paid.
Yes.
You're eating, you're driving.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you looking for? If you want this other job, that means less time with your family. Is it worth it? Is that extra few hundreds, 1,000 or whatever, worth whatever you're losing? Maybe it's not. And then you do 2-3 jobs, you're home, you're fatigued, you're stressed, you end up taking out that frustration on the people you're living with. So you're just making it
100%.
miserable on them. And you end up losing these people within a few years, and you never realize when they're gone. So I went back and thought, and as at now, right now, I don't even think about those big things. If I'm able to cover for everything, and you have something little extra, as long as you're working, you'd always progress. As we said in the previous episode, these companies see what you're doing. You get raises, you can add on whatever you're doing, maybe get extra certifications and stuff, get another job. It can be just a 40-hour week, and you have your weekends or 2 days a week to yourself and to your family. So these are the big things. If they come, they come. If they can't, what my mantra right now, I'm not doing extra for anything that I do not need right now, because all of these things, you're doing them for the future, right? And then sitting down with older people. Just a week ago we were sitting with a 93-year-old, and this guy said they never worried about anything in their life. That's why they're 93. There's so many rich people who are dying in their 30s. The guys who've developed these new things, like the Apple guy. I mean, he was 50 something, and then you find the average or poor in quotes, and it's not glorifying poverty, it's just most of these people are living because they never worried, they never stressed, because I think that mental torture, it takes you, it gets to you. So I would say, to me right now, it doesn't really, I mean, richness, it's the last thing on my mind. As long as I'm okay, I'm comfortable, these other things are just extras. So I'm not stressing about them. So it is really, that's a complete 360. I don't know what would happen in 10 years, but right now that's how I'm living.
And I really like it that you guys I really love it that you guys are focused more on mental health, your social life, family life, more than the financial side of it. I mean, financial side is important, but when it comes to mental health, just general health, your family, those are the most important things. And as you stay in this country, you realize that chasing the dollar can cost you all that. And I'm glad that you guys have realized that and are focusing more on that. But also, that not to say that you guys have not been successful in your careers and, just advancing where you are. I've personally seen both of you just making those steps forward. So that's really great that you realize, that for financial stability and everything is great, but then when it comes to mental health, family, those are that is at the top. So same thing with me. That's what I would do. Like I'm focusing more on my family, my mental health, but also on my career. I'm focusing on my financial freedom is my goal. From the beginning, we were just chasing dollars, but then without a plan. But now you're thinking about retirement. You're thinking about your children's education. Where are they going for campus? Just saving up for them. So those are the kind of things that are driving me more nowadays, rather than just having money or having all those things. Those other things are also nice. The luxury, your house, your cars. Those are good things that we also want. If that comes with it, that's great. But the most important thing: financial freedom, mental health, family, just having a good time, living. Remember to live life. That's most people who move into this country forget to live life. So you just need to remember to live life, and I'm glad that you guys have realized that. So I think we're coming to the end of this podcast. Thank you guys for joining me in this discussion, Josie and Brian. It's been great. Just subscribe, like, share, give us your comments. Let us know what you think about these discussions. Let us know your views on our topics. So thank you for joining us again, and join us next time for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.